the space shuttle.
The shuttle would be something that would satisfy everyone's requirements. It would be all for everybody. It would go up and down whenever we wish to send it. And so that would totally open up spaceflight.
NASA's new goal for manned spaceflight was frequency, not distance. Rather than shoot for the moon or beyond, they wanted to launch people and payloads into Earth orbit almost at will. If we could extend the human infrastructure out a few hundred miles, space would become the next frontier of science and business. To achieve this, they scrapped the Apollo model and started from scratch.
Technology-wise, we were pressing the state-of-the-art quite a bit with the development of the shuttle.
In place of Apollo's 3-man crew, the new vehicle would have to carry up to 7 people and 16 tons of cargo into orbit. Fully loaded, the new craft could weigh 130 tons, far heavier than the Apollo spacecraft's 80 tons. To lift that much into space would require a new type of rocket hardware. In fact, 2 new types.
Probably the toughest thing we did was the shuttle main engines.
3 main engines were the first new technology. They were inside the shuttle itself, providing some of the thrust needed for launch. In stark contrast to Apollo's disposable launch system, this one would be reusable.
For their size and weight, they put out a lot of power, and we had a lot of failures.
It was just more difficult than we thought.
NASA finally got the shuttle main engines to fire as planned, but it took a year longer than the schedule had allowed. The second new rockets were solid boosters, one strapped to each side of the shuttle. Each would deliver 3 million pounds of thrust. Aside from delivering massive power, these rockets were designed to save money. After launch, they could be recovered and refurbished to fly again. Over 30 years later, spacecraft designers are pushing reusability to a whole new level.